speaking to you from the graveside of one of the most illustrious sons of Mother Africa, Dr. Edward William Burghardt Du Bois, who a couple of days ago was with us in flesh, but today is no more, now with us in spirit. And right now, the solemn procession, which is bringing the remains of this great son of Africa and the world, is about to enter the area outside the western wall of Osu Castle, a portion of which has this day been set aside as the final resting place for Dr. Du Bois, philosopher, historian, poet, and a visionary.
What we Americans want is freedom to know the truth and the right, to think and to act as seems wisest to us under the democratic process. This is my sincere belief, arrived at after long study, travel, observation, and thought.
We mourn the death of Dr. William Edward Burghardt Du Bois, a great son of Africa. Dr. Du Bois, in a long lifespan of 96 years, achieved distinction as a poet, historian, and a sociologist. He was an undaunted fighter for the emancipation of colonial and oppressed people and pursued this objective throughout his life. The essential quality of Dr. Du Bois' life and achievement can be summed up in a single phrase: intellectual honesty and integrity. Dr. Du Bois was a lifelong fighter against all forms of racial inequality, discrimination, and injustice. He helped to establish the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People and was the first editor of its fighting organ, The Crisis. We mourn his death. May he live in our memory, not only as a distinguished scholar, but as a great African patriot. Dr. Du Bois is a phenomenon. May he rest in peace.
He was as learned as one could become, with years of concentrated study at Fisk and Harvard and Berlin, with positions as a teacher of Greek, Latin, and German, in sociology, history, and economics. He had studied with Hart and Channing, James, Santayana, Weber, and Royce. He had dined with counts and dukes, wined with heads of state, and even been appointed a minister plenipotentiary by a president of the United States. Still, he was not corrupted, and he persevered. Nothing broke him. He entered foursquare into the turmoil of social reality. There he used his learning, wielded his scholarship, employed his artistry, and manifested his impeccable integrity and his prophetic power in a monumental confrontation with the central evils of his time: racism, poverty, colonialism, the subordination of women, miseducation of youth, and, above all, and embodying all, the monstrosity of war.
We cannot be true to W.E.B. Du Bois or to the Du Bois collection or to ourselves if we do not begin this day by remembering with shame the ordeal of W.E.B. Du Bois. But we cannot be true to truth if we do not end this day by remembering with joy the triumph of W.E.B. Du Bois. For he rose above his persecutors like an eagle in the air. And when historians come 100 years from it today to set down the names of men in our times who served freedom and peace and truth, the name of W.E.B. Du Bois will be at or near the top. And he tells us today from the grave that the darkness is light enough, and that in the world in which we live, the darkness he reflected is about the only light we have left. We say that here without reserve or apology, and we say further that there's a parable here. 112 years ago, a black boy was born in this state by a golden river and in the shadow of two great hills. That black boy, born in a white fire, rose to the heights by sheer toughness of spirit, met and defeated his adversaries on their own ground, and never forgot the poor and the defenseless. 93 years later, that fighter and hunter of truths was practically hounded out of America. He left here fighting poverty, injustice, economic inequities, stupidity, and greed. He left fighting, and he returns today fighting.
A vast concourse of people has assembled here, and the atmosphere around us is one of profound sadness. For it looks as if we are all in the hushed presence of death. The predominant color at the burial site is black. Black suits and frocks of ladies and gentlemen who have come here. Blue-black banners surrounding the entire area. And up above, dark gray clouds joining in the general mourning for this pillar of truth and justice, who today is no more. And just as the vanguard of the procession marched on to the burial site, even the sun above has hidden its face from us, for it can't bear to shine relentlessly on the remains of Dr. Du Bois.